Hi everyone, I'm Sarah Lawson. I'm presenting on conduct disorder. The reason I honestly chose to do conduct disorder is because at the time I was not very familiar with it. I didn't know a whole lot about it before we dove deeper into it during class. The article I chose was called Relational Aggression in Adolescents with Conduct Disorder, the Sex Differences and Behavioral Correlates. Relational aggression can be characterized in those with conduct disorder, in which these individuals exhibit aggression through a manipulative and self-destructing manner, which usually ends up negatively affecting their personal relationships, opposed to more of a physical aggressiveness. Obviously, hence the title of the article, the author was interested in studying sex differences and behavioral factors that contributed to this form of aggression. The study compared these behavioral correlates between those adolescents who had conduct disorder and those that they considered typically developing, which basically is without a diagnosis of any psychological disorder. The author conducted the study by using a cross-sectional qualitative study by applying two scientific types of methods. The first one applied was called a K-SADS-PL test, which is a semi-structured interview that screens for many disorders, mainly disorders associated with mood. It has become quite popular and effective form of diagnosing these disorders. The second method that was used was a self-assessment questionnaire, which I found to be a weakness in the study, as adolescents may not be completely honest or aware of the question being answered about themselves. Therefore, the validity could have not been as accurate. The author also referenced to Blair's cognitive model, relating it to the neoconstructive approach and associating this study by stating that these psychological behaviors develop over evolution and throughout different learning processes. The participants in the study included a large sample of 1,511 European adolescents. They were between the ages of 9 and 18 years old. The study sought out to find sex differences. Therefore, participants were both male and female. In order to examine the behavioral correlates, as previously mentioned, the participants included 662 individuals who were diagnosed with conduct disorder, and the remaining 849 who were not diagnosed with any psychiatric disorders, for the use of comparison between the two. The results of the study found that females with conduct disorder presented a significantly higher level of relational aggression than that of the male counterpart. Furthermore, it was found that females proved the effective empathy was in fact associated with relationship aggression. However, cognitive empathy was not associated. Relational victimization was positively correlated to relational aggression and showed to be more evident in males than that in females. Moving into more of the behavioral aspect of the study, relational aggression was only a little bit correlated to proactive aggression within those who had conduct disorder, but no sex differences were found in those that were typically developing. I do think that furthering the study more into depth and starting at a younger age, as like young as kindergarten, where kids start to make those peer connections, and I think it would have provided some more interesting results and see how the behavioral correlates developed from a younger age. I think that this study was important because there's not been much clinical research done, especially between the sex differences within relationship aggression and those behaviors that were correlated with it. I ended up picking this article because it included so many other contributing factors such as comorbidity, empathy, or the lack of, and family background / environment in which the adolescent had grown up in. I think that this article is relevant to this child psychopathology class because, as we learned, aggression is a huge characteristic in those adolescents with conduct disorder. But this study showed that there are underlying reasons as to why aggression, especially reactive aggression, may be more prominent in some adolescents than in others. So yeah, that's all. Thanks for listening.